Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to another virtual painting session. So, as you're reading in the title, you could own this painting. So, this is a Saturday, which means this painting will be completed today. So, the painting is available for special purchase at a first come, first serve basis. The link is in my description box. So, there is the post for this one, and you're seeing the price. And again, if you do purchase this painting, you'll also get a free bonus painting study along with this. So let's add some paint onto the palette here. I'm going to be using the alkyds actually to complete this painting. I've been experimenting with the alkyds quite a lot for some time now, and I must say I am very impressed with the alkyds. They've been doing great. My only complaint has been with the red. But other than that, the alkyds have been working wonderfully. So here I'm adding this kind of controversial color. It's Cadmium Yellow Deep. It's the hue version, so it saves me about $40, but it is not as strong. And I always say that alkyd oil paints are a little bit more in the advanced. So here I'm adding the yellow ochre. And I'm going to be adding the Winsor red. And I'm adding the paint right on top of the dry paint there. And so hello everyone, our moderator Julie, our students Kathy, Monique, Ingrid, Mariah, everyone that's here, Ruiz, how's everyone doing today? Hope you're excited for the grand finale of this painting, of which I decided to title Warmth. There were so many awesome titles, but I just felt like this painting in particular, I don't know, it gives me kind of like it evokes a sense of warmth, like, especially in these cooler climates, well, depending on where you are really, but I don't know, I just felt like that name was kind of, it suited the painting kind of well. I also have just came back from the store. Remember, I live in the Maryland, D.C., Virginia area. So I went to the plaza in Vienna, Northern Virginia, and I decided to get myself the Griffin Alkyd Raw Umber. And of course, I'm going to be switching from the usual, the regular Winsor Newton to the Alkyd version of it. Why is it controversial? Good question, Jack Johnson. Because it's a hue color. This one. Okay, never mind. The painting has been purchased, I think. Hold on, let me double check. And of course, as usual, I'm supposed to do a... Well, this is going to be the earliest... whatchamacallit? Happy dance. This is going to be the earliest happy dance. I always do a happy dance when a painting is sold. So let me go ahead and double check, because I don't know if you heard that sound, but I heard that sound on the iPad. If it did sell, then we're going to do a happy dance for sure. Let me double check here. Stay tuned. Okay, this one has been purchased. So I won't announce the buyer's name unless I get the consent of the buyer, but this painting has been purchased. I cannot believe that. Wow. Amazing. So, switching camera angles. We're going to start off really early with the celebration happy dance, and we'll do another happy dance maybe towards the end of the stream. So those of you that want to laugh at me and want to cringe with me, go ahead, laugh and cringe all you want. I allow you to, so to speak. I mean, a little bit of cringe is good. A little bit of happiness and any kind of laughter, any kind of positivity I can bring into your life is what I want to do. So for those of you that may be new, every time a painting is sold, I do a celebration happy dance. This painting is sold. Yay, we sold a painting. We sold a painting. This guy's so goofy. We sold a painting. That's right. Celebration happy dance. And you must do a celebratory happy dance every time you sell a painting. It is a requirement. It's something that you need to do when a painting is sold. So again, I won't disclose the buyer's name unless I am allowed to, of course. So, yep, everyone say congratulations to me. And then we'll say congratulations to the buyer. I'm putting in the Ultramarine blue. Let me see if you need more cowbell. Hey, Uncle 60, fast dry on the final glazes. I thought it was supposed to be oilier / slow. No, you're correct, Uncle 60. as I said, I've been experimenting with the alkyds, and what I've come to find out is that it is the same exact process with the alkyds as the regular oil paints. The same exact process. The only difference is whoa, I got paint on myself. The only difference is it's fast paced. So as long as you keep the oil consistency the same as you do with the traditional oil paints, meaning, I shouldn't say traditional, but with the non-alkyd oil paints, you'll be fine. I thought the same thing, Uncle 60. I thought the same exact thing. But you do want to treat the paint the same. So I'm going to oil out the painting really quickly. I'm not going to explain it too much. I actually just, did this morning in the online classes. So what I'm doing is I'm adding a little bit of extra oil to bring back the original consistency of the painting. Now, mind you, this is going to help a lot with the glazes. So I did title this Glazing to a Finish now, didn't I? So Glazing to a Finish is going to be what we're going to do with this painting. The composition has already been figured out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to add more color variation in the lights. And we're in a good position to do this. And remember, the sponge is just to take off any excess paint buildup. So any excess, not paint buildup, any excess oil. So this is a mixture of cold pressed linseed oil and Gesso. Now this is the only time I'm going to oil this painting out. So I could use pretty much as much oil as I want. Let's see. Hey Kathy, yes, thank you so much for your purchase. Again, thank you so much, Kathy. This tube right here has straight cold pressed linseed oil. So I'm going to put a few drops of it. See how it drips a little bit more slowly towards the center. So this is bringing back the original values, the original colors when the painting was wet. So let me explain this to you directly here. So what this does, oiling out, what it does is it brings back the original kind of the sheen, the uniform gloss to the painting. It brings back the colors that you had. Whatever you do, don't oil out a painting with every single session. Now, if you're going to be oiling out in the last session, meaning if you're going to put 3 layers on your painting like I did, that's perfect. That's perfect because you're going to be putting in the maximum amount of oil in the last layer, ensuring that your painting, the final layer, dries the slowest, the earlier layers dry the quickest. In this case with alkyds, the earlier layers are done, they are dry. So that is one of the wonderful things about using alkyd. Hey Steven, may I ask, why don't you just add it to the oil paint? I add it to the panel and not to the oil paint because I want the oil paint to handle the same. If I added the oil to the oil paint, now I know that a lot of artists do that, but it throws me off. I used to actually add the extra oil to the oil paint itself, but I found that it kind of throws me off when I do that. So instead, I'd rather have it like this, where it's on the panel and I can easily use this to glaze. So everyone, not only does this bring back the uniform gloss, it brings back the colors, it allows you to add more oil, but it'll also enable you to glaze more efficiently. And that's what we did in this morning's lesson with the online classes. Hey Harjot, yeah, I was just in Northern Virginia like an hour or 2 ago. I guess 2 hours ago now. So let's do it. Let's get to the painting now, shall we? What I'm going to do is I'm going to identify the darkest dark and work my way from there. So the darkest dark is definitely going to be here, just because it's one of the areas that has the most light kind of blocked off. So let's go ahead and see if I missed any other comments while I start to... Oh, thanks for the congratulations. Oh, yeah, Kathy. Yeah, definitely. Congratulations to Kathy. So everyone, please say congratulations to Kathy for her purchase of this painting. And now, this painting we did a lot last time. And in fact, I did the most that I could so that the final result can end up being that much stronger with this one. Hey Kathy, let's see. Oh cool, I have tons of friends there. When this plague is over, I will come visit. Yeah, I was just in Vienna. Again, that's where I bought the Alkyd or Umber. So yeah, I was just there. And it's interesting because everywhere I go, everywhere I shop, I'm like a tortoise. I'm very loyal. Everywhere I shop, I kind of tend to always go to the same place. I'm that kind of person because even though there's a plaza that's like, I don't know, like 15 minutes closer to where I live, I still go to the one in Vienna, just because I'm used to that one. So let's talk about the setting the darkest dark, the lightest light, and then gauging your values based off of that. Now, the important thing to note here with this is that there is an extra amount of oil. So you don't need to use as much medium in order to get the paint to flow, but using it sparingly will make this process that much simpler. And again, just like usual, feel free to ask me anything art related or anything that's anything that we can talk about in YouTube, anything that's YouTube friendly. Feel free to ask me. And by the way, I haven't finalized it yet, so online students, anyone that's watching, or anyone that's interested in the online classes, I'm thinking of adding another component, which is going to be using the software titled what's it titled again? Zoom. So using Zoom, I'm thinking of adding one-on-one tutoring and group tutoring to the online classes. So everyone that's watching that's in the online classes, it's something that I'm considering adding as the evolution of the virtual classroom. Though we are still going to do the virtual classroom the way it is. I'll talk more about that in behind the scenes. But just letting you know, that is in the works. So now I'm moving from here onto the cheekbones. And there we will have the link to the online classes in case anyone is interested. The online classes start out at $10 a month. It gets you access to all of the pre-recorded lessons. Today we are actually on lesson number 42. We're going to have many more to come. But in any case, I am going to be incorporating one-on-one tutoring and group tutoring. But we'll talk more about that in the behind the scenes, shall we? All right, so see this transition from dark to light. Oh, thanks, Ingrid. Monique. Hey, Harjot. Meet and greet with Yupari at Zol Studio. I wish, in my dreams, right? I hope, we could do something like that. Gosh, I really want to, I want this pandemic to be over so we can, do these meet and greets and things like that. So, to everyone that's wondering, what on earth is he doing? He's applying a value that's way off. Isn't that so dark? And exactly, that's the point, because I'm going to try to get the form to turn. Do I live in Loudoun? No, I live in Maryland. I live in Beltsville. Yeah, I live in Beltsville. All right, so as I mentioned, I glaze darker through the corner of the form. So the furthest distance in the form that starts to turn, that's where I introduce the glaze, and then I build from there. Online students, you should, I shouldn't say that, but online students that have done at least 2 or 3 projects. I think you know now how I glaze one portion at a time, but we're going to be adding more and more. So online students, like I said, with practical figure drawing, I'm going to be introducing projects that involve beyond head and shoulders, projects that involve head, shoulders, arms, hands. So we're going to be building up to that. And as you know, I'm building one spot at a time, putting in the halftones, letting them build as I go. Now I usually consider alkyds to be advanced. I usually mention them as advanced, and that's just because it really puts you in the moment, because the paint's dry so quickly. But what I've come to find out is that it's actually a little easier on me to layer. For instance, I finally started another studio painting from life. I'm actually painting, my fiance is posing for me, and we've been working. Today was the second sitting on that painting, and I started it last night, and this morning it was touch dry and ready to rework, except for the areas that I used the raw umber from the the non-alkyd. So that's why I decided we'd go to the store and get the alkyd raw umber. It's such a wonderful thing to have, the alkyds. The more and more I use them, the more and more I like them. So yeah, I'm just rambling away. So again, feel free to ask me any art-related questions that you may have. I should also mention, when you join the online classes, I do send an image. Not an image, really. I send a welcome package, which is a message using the Patreon Messenger containing the links, all the links you need to the playlists, to all of the classes. But I will also be sending one, so everyone that's a student right now, I will also be sending an updated version each month to everyone with the new links. So for instance, for the month of November, the new one should be coming out by sometime this week, along with the drawing templates for Project 5. So yeah, feel free to ask me anything. Is anyone here? Feel free to ask me anything. Hey Ingrid, I think you are in love with alkyds. Other brands have cadmium red. Okay. Yeah, I do really like the alkyds. Yeah, if I can find another brand that has the cadmium red alkyd, I'm definitely gonna look into that. At first, I was mixing the cadmium red. I don't know if anyone remembers. I mixed my cadmium red Vermilion with Winsor red, and it still dried a little bit slowly. And really, it just depends on where you are, what the climate is like. So here it's kind of weird in Maryland. It's like warm to hot in the middle of the day, and it's freezing at night. So it kind of doesn't make sense, but that's just how it is. And then when it's freezing overnight is what makes my paints dry so slow, which is why alkyd is such a lifesaver, really. And yes, as Stephen mentioned here, also you can use the, alternatively, one can use the Winsor liquid impasto to the oil paint. Gives the same result as Griffin. Yep, you can also do that one that Stephen has mentioned. Da Vinci has an cadmium alkyd. Okay, I'm going to look into that one. Thank you, Ingrid. Awesome. That's kind of like the final piece to this puzzle. Although, I mean, I've learned to adapt to it. That's why I added this slightly controversial color, the Cadmium Yellow Deep Hue. I've added it to counterbalance the weakness of the Winsor Red. Just building the light. So do you see how I moved from here to here, all the way out to these halftones, and now moving my way up towards the lights there? So that's kind of the transition that we make with these halftones. And obviously, if it looks kind of patchy, that's something that can be adjusted with a very soft brush. But make sure that's a really soft brush to adjust the kind of patchiness to the glaze. And now see how there's a little bit of the underpainting showing here? I don't know if anyone can see that. I'm now going to fill in that portion where the underpainting is showing. So again, what does the color painting say to the, hold on, I was trying to come up with a pun here. Oh, thanks, Moni. What did the first layer of your painting say to, what did the second layer of your painting say to your first layer? Hey, your underpainting is showing. Worst joke in history. Hey, Carol, welcome to the public stream. I got your message earlier. Hope everything's all right. So yeah, we are completing this painting today, Carol. We started this on Monday and completing it today. You know, this in particular, the Saturday upload is, will the painting sell? Because the painting has just been put for sale, but luckily we have sold the painting. And hopefully I can make a series out of these uploads. It's a lot of fun and anticipation. You know, you spend the entire week. Well, you spend, you know how much time we spent developing this painting and seeing if it does sell or not. It's a wonderful thing. A little bit of anxiety, but lots of fun. Edward. Did everyone catch that joke? It's a knee slapper for sure. So here, see, it's a little gray. So again, what did the second layer of your painting, or what did the third layer of your painting say to the first layer of your painting? Hey, your underpainting showing. The underpainting is still showing a little bit here. So what was once a little bit too whatchamacallit, what was once a little bit too gray is now going to get a touch of color. Yeah. Yep, thanks for being so nice to me, everyone. The best worst joke in the history of ever. Yeah, sure. It's Danielson. It's Danielson. And again, if anyone's new to the virtual painting sessions, let me know in the comments, and I will give you a shout out as a newcomer, a new viewer to the virtual painting sessions. So tips for painting skin tones. I highly suggest to get very well acquainted with your palette. In particular, the layout of your palette. Now, usually I say to practice the Zorn palette, and yes, that's important, but honestly, leaving the paints on your palette, it's like that muscle memory. You know exactly where to reach for a certain color. And I think that's one of the least common least common words of advice. I should give that advice more often. Let's see. Yeah, I hope your leg heals soon, Harjot. Hey, it's Danielson. Oh, you're new. All right. I'm gonna give you. So it's Danielson. Let's see. Alrighty, so it's Danielson. Here is your shout out using the mall stick. Again, if anyone was wondering what this is a selfie stick with a little piece of fabric taped to the top. A mall stick is just so you can rest your hand to paint. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. But every time I give a shout out, I try to give a shout out with some kind of new painting object or something. So it's Danielson. This is my shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining us here in the virtual painting session. I hope you will enjoy the virtual painting sessions and of course the community that we have here on YouTube. It's such a wonderful experience. So welcome. All right, let's see. Thank you, Cute Tech Gamer, please. So again, to explain the mall stick a little further, I thought it was kind of a little ridiculous. I was at the store, as I mentioned earlier today, and I saw this same thing, a extendable mall stick at the store selling for like $45 or something like that. You know what? Go to Five Below or whatever, or Walmart or wherever. Get yourself a selfie stick. Put a piece of microfiber cloth on the top, tape the bottom, and you have a mall stick. And again, what this is so that you can lean your hand. Alternatively, you can just use your pinky, but it's really up to you. Right now, I'm just showing you how to do it. Oh, thanks, Ingrid. Hey, Harjot, what happened to Dondo? I still have to respond to him. It was you know, the typical YouTube thing. There was some comments that or commenters and that he had trouble with in other streams, not in our stream, but in other streams. So he's just taking a little bit of time from the internet, but he's still here with us. Let's see. Hey, Marshall, I put tags on my palette with the name of each tube. Now that is a very, very organized way to do it, definitely. Let's see. It looks like she is very slightly squinting, very subtly squinting. It does. There is a slight squint, and to be honest, this is probably the most difficult drawing, most difficult painting I've ever done on film, hands down. This one is the most difficult because of that subtlety. As you mentioned, subtly squinting, she's subtly turned. Is that even a word? The turn is very subtle. The skin colors are very subtle. I mean, subtlety, 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 which is what makes this extremely difficult. But very, very fun. It's a very fun, challenging experience. So as I mentioned before, online students, I'm going to keep mentioning it from time to time because I do know that you watch these public videos as well. I am considering and most likely will be adding in one-on-one and group tutoring sessions using Zoom. Oh, thanks, Ingrid. Hey, Maria. I love her look. It is as if you captured her from life. Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks, Eve. You know, interesting that you say that, that you're talking about from life. Actually, again, I'm speaking a lot about the online classes and things like that, but also I filmed a behind-the-scenes featuring a studio painting that I just started, a painting that I'm going to be developing entirely from life. And I actually filmed a video comparing the process and the mindset change, and a little bit of behind the scenes in the studio of the difference between painting from life and painting from photo references. Actually, I don't differentiate them at all when it comes to how I paint. Thanks, Carol. I don't differentiate them at all. So the way that I paint from life is the same kind of methodology to painting from the photo reference. This is why when I paint, I usually don't use too many measuring tools. I mainly go by eye. Sometimes I'll use the caliper to check the thirds, of course, but when you're painting from life, from a live model, it's the pressure is on. You're focused on the timer. The model is sitting there for 20 to 30 minutes at a time. You're trying to capture as much as you can during that given interval of time. There's really not that much time to measure, to depart from what you're doing and measure. So that's why I always say that in the online classes, though we're using photo references, I'm giving you all the tools you need to be able to paint from life. Hey Glenn, how much would you charge for your one-to-one Zoom? I'm actually working on that with my my fiance at the moment, so we haven't put down the exact price for that yet, but we're working on that. I'm thinking by Monday we should have that finalized, Glenn. So by Monday we should have that finalized, and I think that would be the best time for me to talk about it, just because the audience number statistically is higher when we start the painting. So I'm going to introduce that on Monday. But if you, I think I have a ballpark idea in my head, Glenn. So feel free to ask me on Patreon or just email me. But I do have a ballpark idea already. Also, Stephen, as you mentioned before, you said just ask last time. So I have a question for you now that we're finishing this painting, and now the painting has reached a level that I'm comfortable asking you this. So I'm asking everyone this. I know that there are just, I think, 60 of us here, but from the 60 of us that are here, I'm going to ask you a question. So what I want to do, what I'm hoping to do, is to gain some official portrait commissions. So official portrait commissions means I want to have portrait commissions of diplomats, senators, and things like that, to follow along kind of the footsteps of John Singer Sargent and Nelson Shanks. I want to be able to gain more connections, especially using YouTube. So what I'm asking you is a big question. So out of the 60 of us that are here watching this live, if anyone knows, I've already had a suggestion about a portrait broker, so that's pretty cool. So if anyone knows anyone, so if you know someone that knows somebody that knows somebody that may happen to know someone that knows someone that can contact someone looking for an official portrait commission, maybe like a judge or something like that, I don't know, I can send you pictures of, say, the more finished compositions, meaning the paintings that have like the Explorer painting, paintings like that have multiple elements in the composition. I'm pretty sure that I'm ready to take on that challenge. So I'm asking you as a huge favor to those of us that are here in the audience. It's a huge favor I'm asking. So again, if you know someone that happens to know someone that happens to know someone that might know a friend that knows a friend that can help me with this, that would mean so much. So let's see. Hey Julie, my dad is a diplomat, a worker. He knows people. I can contact him and email you. Awesome. Yeah, Julie. What I'm going to do is I'm going to email you the high resolution pictures for the portfolio purposes, for the type of paintings that I can do for commissions, for official commissions. That would be awesome. Hey, Uncle 60, who's doing your live wedding painting? I follow artist Dan Nelson, wedding painter. He is different. I don't know yet. I will be painting my fiance in her dress, if that's what you mean. Hey, Kevin. I could contact the manager of a local Walmart. I could get you covered. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Thank you so much, Kevin. I'm going to type out my my Gmail. So I'm going to type out my Gmail here. So if anyone knows someone that might happen to know someone. Okay, so again, it's just my name and then theartist@gmail.com. Hey, Maria Jo Pink. Hello. Hey, Mariah. Contact the State Arts Council and state offices. I worked as PR and reporter. Yeah, definitely. But, we know how these things are. I mean, these things are like connections. So that's why I'm asking a huge favor from everyone here in the audience. Because me alone, despite my portfolio, a thing about the art world is you can have two painters that paint exactly alike in every regard, but one painter is more connected than the other painter. So who's going to get the commission? The one painter that's more connected. That's just the way the art world works. So that's why I'm saying if somebody knows someone, that may happen to know someone. And you better believe I'm going to vlog it, or I'm going to incorporate all of you in this experience. Especially those of you in the online classes. You're definitely going to be incorporated in this for sure. So you better believe I'll vlog it if I can land these commissions. Hey, Uncle 60, Google, YouTube, Dan Nelson. Okay. I'm going to have to take a note of this here with my dry erase marker. I'm just going to screenshot it. Hey, Mariah. Yeah, that's a solution there. Hey, Mariah Jo Pink. Let's see. Carol, my colors always get too mushed on my Stay Wet as opposed to your glass. So if we're talking about acrylic, I mean, with the glass, the thing is that it will dry really quickly on the glass. What I'm actually going to be doing tomorrow? Oh, thank you, Maria Jo Pink. And again, if anyone is, let's see. I wish I could charge that, Uncle 60. If anything, what I want to do, Uncle 60 and everyone wondering why I want to do official portrait commissions, it's to gain more contacts. To gain more contacts in the art world and the official world. Mainly, in the art world. And to build my portfolio. So let's see. Hey, Edward Soto. So Edward, actually, I got your email like a couple hours ago. I responded with the sample lesson. So I hope that reached you well, Edward. So let's see. I know a guy that is actually involved in politics of my home country. I'll talk to him about you since I don't know if you'd like a port. Yeah, I mean, if anyone know someone that knows someone that knows somebody. And again, I'm only asking you this now because I have something here that you're seeing that is worthy of that discussion. Last week, it wasn't worthy for me to ask you that question, but now I feel like it is. Oh, thanks, Carol. Oh, I'm glad that the email, you received the email, Edward. Oh, thanks, Monique. Carol, yeah, of course. I will send the email to you as well. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Maria W., how long have you been an artist? Oh, thank you so much for your super chat, Uncle 60. I'm going to change camera angles in a second. So, Uncle 60. What am I going to use here? I'm going to use Neo McGilp. So Uncle 60, thank you so much for your super chat. Your donation to my YouTube channel helps me out so much. So from the bottom of my heart, I am very grateful for your super chat, Uncle 60, giving you a shout out here with the medium that I recommend the most. Again, this is Neo McGilp. I recommend this the most because it's the easiest for everyone to get a hold of. So that being said, thank you so much, Uncle 60, for your support on my YouTube channel. So Maria W., how long have you been an artist? A bit of when and how you started. Yeah, sure. I started when I was a senior in high school, so between the age of 17 and 18, that's when I started studying, more classical realistic painting. I went to Studio Incominati in Philadelphia for a year, studied mainly drawing there. But on and off for many years, I studied with an artist named Paulden Hamilton, painter based in Timonium, Maryland. Harjot, one of the viewers here knows him personally. Very wonderful artist. Hey, Carol. No, it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't show up too bright there. Don't worry, Carol. So again, thank you so much, Uncle 60. And I'm using a little bit of thicker paint in the highlight. And after this, we're gonna get into the hair, because the hair is definitely a major component of this. As you see, I'm working all throughout because all I'm doing really is putting in either transparent or opaque finishing touches. Let's see. Oh yeah, Carol, don't worry about anything you read here in the public sessions. And again, so those of you that may be interested in the online classes, again, it's $10 a month, gets you all of the streams, all of the pre-recorded streams, and $20 is so you can watch the paintings or the lessons as they're filmed. And then, yep. Hey, Marshall, I'm glad you got the Neo McGilp. Hey, Mariah, just got 3 commissions this month. Oh, wow. That's awesome. All right, so let's continue to build. Oh, thanks, Kathy. So yeah, Kathy, if you see anything that you would like me to adjust, which, by the way, Kathy, you will be, of course, receiving the free bonus painting study of my choice. So again, anyone wondering what that is, so Kathy, the buyer, will receive a free study painting on canvas. So it could be any one of these, really. It's of my choice. And it will be included in the box. As you're seeing, I have a whole bunch more, so I had to restock my collection here of painting studies. And what I'm doing is I'm changing the opacity of the paint. So I'm going from very opaque paint here in the light and then transparent in the dark. And I always say it's easier to layer. It's easier to layer darker. But sometimes you do have to put in a lighter tone like we're doing here. Okay, that should have just finished the nose, I think. Hey Mariah, art collectors are like tortoises too, and loyal. Oh, this is good. I gave you a shout out to my Utah Arts Council. Oh, thank you. Who will be following my work through quarantine. She says interested in what you're doing. Oh, thank you. Hey Kathy, yeah, of course we're not gonna, honestly, I kind of like how the background is. I don't think I'm gonna add anything. Don't think so. So now what I'm gonna do is add a little bit more nuance to the hair. So I'm going to change up the hue a little bit. So it's going to get a little more kind of like a fiery red. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Oh, yeah, it's no problem. So when it comes to painting from the... when it comes to painting from a photo reference, if it doesn't look like the photo reference, that's a compliment. To me, because I want this to look like a painting and not a photograph. So just about the worst thing you can say to at least a representational painter is that their painting looks just like a photograph. That is usually defeating. But I mean, if the painting doesn't look like the photo reference, that's good. That means the painting looks like a painting. So that's no problem. Hey, Horse Noise. I'm glad you loved the red hair, Julie. So yeah, I'm definitely adding a little bit more variation. A little bit more punch into the light. Hey, Neeks, do you prefer painting on wood or canvases and why? Good question. I prefer painting on panels, wooden panels. I like painting on aluminum panels as well. Aluminum is probably one of the most archival surfaces next to painting on a wooden surface. And I prefer, I do prefer to paint on a wooden panel. And here's the why. So number one, anyone that tells you or says that it's not archival, they can tell that to the if you think that painting on a wooden panel isn't archival, I have just one thing to say, and that is the mummy portraits. End of story. But it's not just because it's super archival either. It's because with the wooden panel, you can adjust the texture because you're basically starting from no texture, and then you can continue to build and build and build and build your texture. Whereas in a canvas, you're really, it's limited to the texture of the canvas unless you spend a long time preparing that canvas to look a certain way. Oh yeah, thanks Kathy for answering the question there. Yep, we will be finishing, and there's not too much. I don't think there's too much to complete this painting other than the subtleties that you're seeing me paint in here. So Edward, let's see. Wait, Carol asked the question first. Let's see. I will watch this again as I'm having trouble with color subtlety with my nephew's portrait. Shading of the shadow like this painting's face. Oh, definitely. Yeah, of course, the footage from the previous stream should be available. Just a forewarning, Carol, I struggled really, really bad in the beginning of this one. Like, I struggled the most in the beginning of this painting than any of the other streams. So let's see, Edward. A question to satisfy my curiosity. When the time comes when you have to do the official commission, will you go see them in person or will you use reference pictures? I will go see them in person and then take the images myself. That's usually the way that official commissions have been done, unless requested otherwise. I know that depends really on the reopening of the states and things like that, but ideally in person, Edward. Hey Marshall, yeah, Mona Lisa's painted on a wooden panel. Definitely. Let's see. Hey, Mary Jo Pink, do you have any favorite classical artists, like Renoir, for instance? My favorite classical artist will most likely will have to say Rembrandt. If we're talking like from at least the 17th century. My all-time favorite painter of all currently is still Nelson Shanks. Oh yeah, no worries, Carol. I think Uncle 60 knows. Hey Julie, if you can't get to visit in person, would you do them from photo references? Yep, I would. Of course, I understand that with the lockdowns and stuff, things are a little different nowadays. But so yeah, I would do that. Oh yeah, Manet is really, really cool too. Thanks, Esmeralda. So that's how I adjust edges. So I noticed that edge needed a little bit of adjusting. I try to mix a intermediate value to adjust it. So you see how I'm working the contour of the hairline along with the hair. So again, from time to time, we will have the link there for the online classes. Again, they're starting out at $10 a month. Ingrid, oh, awesome. I guess the question everyone in the classes is wondering about is the template. And the answer is I have completed it, but I just have to post it. I have to post the template. Hey, Carol. Yes, the ampersand panel is a wooden panel. This is by the Ampersand brand, though this is the smooth version of it. But yep, it is on a wooden panel. Very archival. Gotta love Ampersand. So now I'm pushing the darks, and of course the hair is different than the photo reference. Oh, awesome, Kathy. Yeah, it's nice to be able to have more options with the online classes. Again, you can paint any Rembrandt you'd like for Project 5, everyone, in the classes, that is. And still send me your images each week. Thanks, Ingrid. See, this just flows so smooth with the addition of the oiling out that we had. It's like super silky, super smooth. And now you can really see the paint layers effortlessly. Now that is what I enjoy to see. Ingrid, really, if you can send me the deadline for the images for the online classes is I have written it formally as Saturday night, 11:59 p.m. But just know that the virtual classroom is filmed on Tuesday. So in theory, the latest that it can be sent and still be in the virtual classroom is Monday night. But officially, it's Saturday night, 11:59 p.m. Yep, as Kathy has mentioned, yeah, officially it's Saturday night. But if you can send it before Tuesday, then it'll definitely be there. Mind you, we do have a lot of images, so if you can just title your email again with the virtual classroom in the title there. And the one-to-one tutoring sessions and the group tutoring sessions are going to be basically something added to what you're already having in the online classes. But I'll talk more about that again in the behind the scenes. Hey, Stephen. Yep, I got yours. I responded to you that I got yours. Hopefully, that message reached you well. So again, my question to everyone here in the audience and everyone that may be watching this as a pre-recorded video, if you know someone that knows somebody that happens to know someone that knows someone that can help me gain an official portrait commission, so portrait commission of a judge or some kind of diplomat or something along those lines, please reach out to me and help me get connected. And again, I'll vlog us through it. Let's see. Hey Ingrid, are you doing coffee mugs? Yeah, actually, we're my fiance and I are going to be adding coffee mugs and stickers and prints and all of that to the Etsy store. Hopefully sometime soon. It's just a matter of gathering the resources to do so. Hey Steven, you didn't receive a message. I remember sending it. Yeah, Steven, check the Gmail. For proof, you said the painting was examined in 1968 and they found another figure painting. So that's proof that I'm seeing your message. So I do have your message, Steven. Hey Maria Joe, how long do you spend doing a picture like this one? This one we started on Monday, so we had we had 2 3-hour streams, so that's 6 hours plus I think we had a little bit extra last time, so I guess 6 7 hours. This will be like 9 almost 10 hours this week that we've been working on this. Yep, everyone, so hopefully we can get the stickers ready to start shipping them or selling them and shipping them soon. Hey Carol, what's the difference in value and hue again? Hue is what color it is: red, green, yellow, blue, purple, violet. So hue is just what color it is. Value is what tone is it? Is it light? Is it middle tone? Is it dark? Hey Ingrid, yeah, we can do that with the coffee mug. I'm thinking of, yeah, definitely the coffee mugs, the stickers. I do want to have a custom hat. So as you see, this hat is very bland. And again, I wear this hat. So we painters tend to wear visors. We tend to wear hats. Again, not just because we're cool, but because this blocking out the extra light actually helps you gauge your value, so how light or how dark something is. Usually if you don't have a visor, you can paint perfectly fine, but you'll notice the difference when you start to paint with a visor, especially if you're working in a room like mine where there's a light coming from one central angle. Hey Carol, I'm actually, yeah. We'll do something about that schedule, Carol. Don't worry, I've read your message, and we're definitely gonna have it at different times. So if anyone's wondering what I'm doing, I'm just adding individual spots of light to the hair using kind of an orangish color. So just based on color theory, it's easier to lighten a red by pushing it towards the orange, towards the orangey yellow, than to add. So if I were to take the red and if I was to add white to the red, I would get pink. So it wouldn't be so much of a bright red anymore, it would be a pink. So that's why I'm adding in the yellow for these lights. Hey Carol, yep, this is true. Let's see. Hey Jamie Q, maybe, I don't know. Hey Neeks, is it better to get a gray palette tone or, let's see, brownish? I want to make a palette from a picture frame, but not sure what color palette will help me better judge oil colors. I mean, yeah, if you're curious about that, I'd say grayish color is pretty good to help you judge your colors. But in practice, I use a handheld palette, So I don't use this palette actually. When I'm working on my own paintings, this is just for YouTube and the online classes. What I actually do is I take the paints off of here that are still wet and put it onto my wooden palette. Out in the bogs. Steven, has anyone got any quirky habits when they paint? Mine is I always paint in my bare feet. So this is already, so Steven has introduced a crowd question. Quirky habits. I'd have to think about this one for me. Quirky habits for when I paint. So crowd question. Does anyone have any quirky or any kind of interesting habits that they have while they are painting? Crowd question from Steve. So maybe the quirkiest thing I do while I'm painting is get paint on my pants, I think. If anyone knows me, I actually, anytime I get paint, somehow it always ends up on my pants. So that's a weird quirk about me when I'm painting. Let's hear from everyone in the crowd as a crowd question, again coming from Steve. What weird paint quirks do you have while you're painting? Oh, Julie, you always sing when you paint. That's awesome. Hey, Carol. Yeah, value does equal the tonality. So for instance, Carol, imagine this is the same color almost, Carol. So what this is lighter here, darker here. So that's what value means. How light or how dark. Hue just means what color, red, green, yellow, blue. Hey, Steven, you borrow yours is the hat. Remember Monday? Oh, yeah. Mine, yeah. Other than getting paint on my pants all the time, yeah, my hat is one of my quirks, I guess. Quirk sounds like an anime. 10 points if anyone knows the anime where the term quirk is used for a superpower. 10 points. Neeks, this is an acrylic brush. But I do use acrylic and watercolor brushes. Hey Siddhi Gupta, hello. But yeah, I mean, anyone that knows me knows I almost always have. Anyone that's met me in person knows I almost always have paint on me somewhere. Hey, Wara Wara, welcome back. Oh, Neeks. Neeks. All right. So the question was, does anyone? So what paint quirks do you have while you're painting? So this is still an ongoing crowd question, but Neeks, awesome! Shout out to you for catching my little anime side joke. So when you are when you have a superpower in a certain anime, it's called a quirk, and it is Hero Academia. Neeks, you are correct. Hey Marshall, my mother used to tell me don't point. Um, well, I don't know. That's just how I give the shout out. I mean, if giving the shout outs through using a pointing gesture through with one of my brushes or something bothers anyone, just let me know. And I'll just give the shout out perfectly still. Oh, awesome, Julie. Hey, Ingrid, how can you tell when your painting is finished? Usually for me, a painting is complete when I've said everything I wanted to say in the painting. Meaning, I don't know, there's a certain feeling, I guess, when you know that you've painted in and said everything you wanted to say. But I also think that it's really more of a subjective thing, to be honest. Hey, Ingrid. Yep, well, that's true. That is certainly true. Okay, this edge is definitely a little too sharp. Hey Steven, I have 3 sets of painting clothes and believe me when I say my t-shirts would look good in any Jackson Pollock exhibition. Awesome. Yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Hmm. Oh, I'm glad you like the shout out style, Mariah. Let me see here. So I want to add a little bit more depth here. So I'm going to actually introduce a slight glaze here. See how this is still kind of like an outline? So I'm going to add a slight glaze there. Hey Kathy, I visited several times. Let's see, last time was for my friend's 40th birthday. My husband and I flew down. Let's see. Okay, I don't know where this is. Stokestown. Oh, thanks, Carol. So just like I did out here, I'm actually going to glaze the corner. So I'm going to make this look darker than I want it to be. So this is one way that I use glazes to help me with form. So it just looks a little too outline-ish. So this is not something that's visible in the photo reference. This edge should be very, very distant. It should be very faded away. You know, if you're looking at the model, you're not going to be focusing too much on the ear back here, so you're not going to have as much emphasis on it. So earlier I had it a little too similar to the photo reference, which is not what I want. I want it to look less sharp and more kind of receding in space. Hey Waru Waru, oh, I'm glad you liked the weekly behind the scenes video. Again, after this, after we're done streaming here, the behind the scenes and the lesson will be uploaded to YouTube. To Patreon, sorry, not to YouTube. Let's see, Waru Waru, do you offer it on a post or by giving them a downloadable PDF? If you mean the drawing templates, they're downloadable images that you can print out to help you with your projects. I've completed the one for the image that I'm using on Project 5, so I will be posting that one pretty soon as well. Hey Neeks, let's see, Mary Jo Pink, what time is it, USA? Depending on where everyone is, for me it's 6:50 p.m. Let's see, hey Neeks, I don't know if it's a quirk, but once my painting / drawing is finished, I look at it through a mirror to see how it would look through someone else's eyes. That's actually, that does help you find mistakes, Neeks. I do use a mirror as well. Hey Waru Waru, do you have any issues with illegal distribution? I don't think so. I mean, with the shipping, no, there shouldn't be. If you mean with the photo references, they are copyright free. You know, they're free for us to use so long as we don't say we took the picture. Steven knows more about that than I do, but so long as we don't try to pass off the picture as if we took the picture and market it that way, we should be fine. And if you mean with the drawing templates, then no, there shouldn't be. I create them, I hand create them digitally. Hey Mary Jo Pink, all right, take care. That seems, it seems to always be 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. whenever I'm streaming for everyone. It's interesting. It's crazy. Time zones are different in different areas. Hey, Waro Waro. It's only a minute difference. It's 6:52 over here. But of course, sometimes it can take a minute for a comment to reach me. So again, this is still a little too gray, so showing a little underpainting is good, but you don't want to show too much underpainting. Hey, Mar Ruiz. Hey, Chrissy Canvas Art, do you use medium? I do. This is my medium. This is Venetian medium. I also, in the beginning of this sitting, I oiled out the entire painting. So I added a little bit of cold pressed linseed oil and cold pressed linseed oil mixed with solvent. Hey, Julio Vasquez. All of these little subtle things now. Now, I don't want to make it too smooth either, so I run the risk now of over softening the painting. I don't want it to. I mean, that's fine if that's the look that someone is after in their paintings, but I don't. In my opinion, I don't like my paintings to get too smooth either. So I'm actually gonna push back a little bit from making everything too smooth. Hey, Mar Ruiz. Yes, all your portrait seems to be painted from life. It's awesome, and the glows you give it, it's incredible. Oh, thank you, Mar Ruiz. I do the best that I can to try to emulate the experience of painting from a live model. And I teach with the same principles. As I do want, everyone that works from photo reference to be able to also work from life. And again, when all the pandemic stuff ends, I do hope to travel and teach workshops in different areas, especially where my online students live. So, if I could travel and teach a workshop in like North Carolina, that would be awesome. In California, Canada, Germany, the UK. Hey, Waro Waro, yeah, definitely. I wouldn't use. Yeah, I would like to travel to Australia and Missouri, everywhere that I am able to teach a workshop in. Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't suggest using olive oil as a medium. I still have to delete that video. I have a video where I experimented. I even wrote it down and mentioned it in the video that it was an experiment. I experimented and used it, but never again. Yeah, Florida would be awesome as well. But you know, again, just like I asked everyone earlier, if you have any, if you know someone that knows someone that knows someone that can help me gain a official portrait commission, you know, like painting a diplomat or a judge or something. If you know any schools that would, in your area, that would like me to teach a workshop, I can also do that once everything opens up again. Hey Merva, no worries. Hey Maria Joe. Yeah, everything is closed in Spain. Yeah, everything it seems to be closing again here in Maryland. Or at least restrictions are coming back. So I'm adding a little bit more of a bluish tint to the sclera. Yeah, if I could teach at the Boca Museum, yeah. Hey Neeks, I heard that you can use baby oil to clean your brushes. I have not tried it. I don't know if I don't know. I've never heard of it using, what is that, baby oil? I don't even know what that is, but I have never heard of using that. Just using dish soap helps to clean the brushes pretty well. Hey Mary Jo Pink. Yeah, I can check that out. So again, I'm putting in information, but I'm slowly backing up to make sure that I don't over render anything. Hey Chrissy, Canvas Art. Yes, I use baby oil to clean up. I have done for years. Never heard of it, but awesome. I mean, I'm supposing it should work fine if it's after the painting session is done. Hey Steven, I've got lockdown here again. Barbers in England shut down. Oh yeah, I definitely have. What did we call it before? We called it quarantine hair. I have quarantine hair now. Hey Angela, welcome to the public virtual painting session. We're just finishing up this painting. Does anyone else have a case of quarantine hair? Because, I mean, if you look at me, I mean, I wouldn't do that to you, right? But don't worry, the hat will stay here. Because if the hat leaves here, it will be chaos. But as you can see, I definitely have a case of the quarantine hair going on. So again, before the sclera was a little too close to skin tone color. So now we're adding that Actually, hold on a second. Where's my caliper? Hey Marshall, my hair hasn't been cut in 14 years. Ooh, awesome. Hey Ingrid, when will you start the Zoom? So the Zoom, I'm working with my fiance on this one. I'm thinking of announcing it and making it official, the schedule official on Monday. So on the next stream. Hey Sunly, I'm checking that right now actually. Let's see. What have I missed here? Let's see. I think I missed something. Hey Angela, my city isn't careful enough. I'm worried, so I'm careful of myself, but still working. Yeah, someone mentioned something similar to that. So yeah, please be safe. Hey Jeff, Urbowitz, hello there. Hey Monique, are you familiar with the artist Teresa Oxac? I've heard of her, yes. I've heard of her. Teresa, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I've heard of Teresa Oxaca. She's living in Alexandria, Virginia, and has taught workshops in, yeah, she's a big time painter in the area. Well, yeah, I can check that out as well. Hey Steven, anyone seen the photos of the newly found mummies in Egypt today? No, I haven't heard of that. Okay, so I was checking the eyes. Hold on a second, let me... Okay. Hey, Luop SB4L. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Ingrid. So if anyone's wondering what I've been doing for the past, like, I don't know, like couple minutes, I'm just trying to make sure that the eyes are the same size, so the iris and the pupil same size, and the distance from the eye to the tear duct on this side is the same as the distance from the corner of the iris to the corner of the eye here. That is too small of a thing for me to see with my eyes, so I had to use a caliper to double check that. It was interesting, someone mentioned that as soon as I began to adjust it. Halo Up SB4L. These are oil paints. Yep. No, they're not. If you're wondering if they're water mixable, no, they're alkyd oil paints. Hey, Monique. Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks, Chrissy Canvas Art. Ingrid, no, these are alkyd oil paints. But they are the same as regular oil paints, except that they dry faster. That's all. And if you paint every day or close to every day, I paint every day except for Thursday and Sunday. I'm usually away on Thursdays and Sundays, but I pretty much paint every day except for Thursdays and Sundays. So if you paint that much, then I would definitely recommend looking into the alkyds for the fast drying nature. Hey, Angela, I'm working on my my mini friend's portrait landscape. Oh yeah, the one that you see. Yeah, yeah. I'd like to see how you're developing that painting, Angela. I'm glad that the virtual classroom helped you with that. Hey, Cecile. Oh, thank you. And yep, so anyone that is interested, so if you like what you're seeing here and you find it informative and helpful to you, again, please check out my online classes starting at $10 a month. $10 a month gets you access to all of the pre-recorded lessons, also the virtual classroom. Basically, you get to have 8 videos a week, which is more than, well, including the public sessions. And if we're including the public sessions, if you do join the online classes, you get an additional 5 videos, 3 of them being lessons, 1 virtual classroom, and 1 behind the scenes, again, every week. And of course, there's a monthly live chat that we have as well. The monthly live chat's usually with the Chihuahua, Mr. Taco. Oh, thank you, Luop SB4L. Hey, Alma, muchas gracias. Oh, thank you for the... Gracias por los saludos desde México. Te mando saludos, Ángela, desde Beltsville, Maryland. I'm glad you like the necklace, Angela. I think I just said that. This was actually a suggestion from Stephen. Thanks, Hardshot. Hey, Chrissy, canvas art. Our hair is beautiful, so much more pretty than the reference. Oh, thank you. Hey, Mary Jo Pink. Google and YouTube informed me about you direct, so I clicked. I will also follow your Instagram. Oh, thank you. I make scrapbooking, but I also like watching Painter's account. Well, thank you. And again, anyone that may be new here to the virtual painting sessions, let us know, and I'll give you a shout out. Again, I will be pointing at the webcam with one of my paintbrushes or something like that. Oh, thanks, Stephen. Hey, Mary Jo, I speak a little bit, so Hardshot, I don't think you had to delete that one. Mary Jo, I do I do speak Spanish at times, just I don't speak it very well. Let's see. Jeff, you missed a question from Jeff. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna scroll. I'm gonna scroll. Yeah, I can't find it, Jeff. Jeff, if you don't mind sending the question again. I hope it wasn't deleted. Oh, thanks, Chrissy, canvas art. I'm glad you liked the hair. So, Jeff, if you don't mind sending your question again, I can't find it. I just scrolled as much as I could scroll. So I just adjusted that edge. So I think the eyes are nearly complete. I don't think that this iris matches that one just yet. So her eyes are kind of hazelish eyes. So we're going to find out what lies beneath these hazel eyes. I think it's a little bit of a transparent red and green. A transparent red greenish color. AJ Kenyon, hello from upstate New York. I actually love how you teach. Thank you so much. I'm a 56-year-old novice painter who is losing her eyesight, but will continue with fingers if need be. Oh, thank you so much, Jay Kenyon. I'm so glad that my videos are helping you out. And again, if this is your first time here or anyone's first time here in the live virtual painting session, let me know and I'll give you a shout out. So it's kind of like a alizarin-ish surrounding by the pupil. Oh, thanks, Mariah. Hey, Cheryl. Laughing and cringing. Oh, good, good. Laughing and cringing is good. Any kind of positivity that I can send out. So again, it's a little bit of a alizarin-ish there. And there's just so much more to see when you're looking at this in person. So again, congratulations, Kathy. You will be receiving this painting. You will have this painting in your home within 1 to 2 weeks. Let's see. One of them missed. Hey Thurman, it's better having a darker background than the portrait as it makes the portrait stand out. Sometimes, but you can also contrast with color as well. All right, hey Ema Shrew, your first time here. So Ema Shrew. Let's see. I always try to give a shout out with something new. So I'm Ema Shrew. I am going to give you... So Ema Shrew, shout out to you with my Canon T7i lens cap. So shout out to you, Ema Shrew. I hope that you are enjoying the virtual painting sessions. I hope you will enjoy the YouTube community that we are continuing to grow in these virtual painting sessions. Again, thank you so much. And again, if anyone is new here, I can give you a shout out. Of course, I'm a little bit on the goofy side, so I'll give you a shout out with some kind of object here in the studio setting. Hey, Luciano. Oh, thank you. Hey, Ellie Tennis. Thanks for watching from the Philippines. Hey, John Letcher. Alrighty. John Letcher. Welcome to the virtual painting sessions. I am running out of things to give shout outs with, but this is fun. So John Letcher. John Letcher, shout out to you. Welcome to, well, again, shout out to you for this being your first time in one of our virtual painting sessions. I hope you're enjoying the virtual painting sessions, as I always use some kind of new object to give the shout out with. So this is my Venetian medium. So again, I hope you will enjoy the virtual painting sessions, and again, welcome. All right, let's see. Hey, Lady Fair, doing pretty well so far. My first time here. All right, Lady Fair. So, Lady Fair, welcome to the virtual painting sessions. And this time, everyone, I have the raw umber that I just purchased from the art store in Vienna, Virginia. So giving you a shout out here with my new paint tube, the raw umber alkyd Winsor Newton Griffin. So again, welcome to the virtual painting sessions. Let's see. I'm trying to put in a little more contrast with the pupil. And now the surrounding dark tones of the, I think I could still push a little more light. It's a little dangerous to do so, but I'm going to try it. A little more light for the hazel eyes. Wink, not my real name. It's the meaning of my real name. Well, again, I hope you'll enjoy these virtual painting sessions. So again, if this wasn't alkyd, this would probably take an eternity and a half if I was using a straight up cadmium yellow like this. So it'll definitely help expedite the drying here. Yep, this community is so wonderful. And definitely everyone, if you like what you're seeing here with the virtual painting sessions, the online class community is also quite wonderful. And pretty soon we're going to be adding in the one-on-one and group tutoring sessions using Zoom. And I'll announce the specifics on Monday. Hey Felipe, full discretion, Felipe. This is cadmium yellow deep hue. This is the color I mentioned, a little controversial in the beginning because it's not the real cadmium yellow. It's kind of an imitation of it. So it's not as strong. I meant to go and get the actual cadmium yellow deep, but they didn't have it. I was going to get Winsor yellow, but they didn't have it. So I ended up getting this one. But it works pretty well. It doesn't have this tinting strength of cadmium yellow, but it tints pretty well. Hey John Letcher, never ever painted before, but would like to and can draw. Yeah, definitely. Again, if you don't mind, just check out the online classes. Especially, I mean, we have artists that join in with no experience and are doing wonderfully. And of course, we have artists that join in with experience and are doing wonderfully. Remember that the fundamentals are universal. So, I teach through the fundamentals. Thanks for the emojis. Mary Jo Pink. Wow, it's 125 over there. Well, take care again. Thank you for joining. Hey, Kathy, painting is so much fun. I've found my passion late in life, 55 years old, but will enjoy it for the rest of my life. And you've learned so much so quickly, Kathy, and everyone in the online classes. So, hey, Karen, Terry, what colors are being used? So these are all, at the moment now, they are all Griffin alkyd. So they are all alkyd oil paints, fast-drying oil paints. Let's start differently. So this is Ultramarine blue. French ultramarine blue, ivory black, raw umber, permanent alizarin crimson, Winsor red, yellow ochre, cadmium yellow deep hue, titanium white. These are all the same brand, Winsor, Newton, Griffin Alkyd, and yes, I will be creating links for these paint colors, Amazon links for these paint colors soon. Yep, no problem, Karen. Or Karen. Oh, take care, Harjot. Hey, Mariah, I'm 38 years experience and professional. I gained so much here with your channel and community. Oh, thank you. Oh, the Umber is growing, Harjot. Awesome. So when it comes to that, I'm gonna have to respond either through email or something. Harjot. But let's just say that we're gonna have more content available soon. Okay. So now it's really down to the final touches, whatever I see fit to this painting. So at this point, it has absolutely zero, nada, no tiene nada que hacer, nothing to do with that. So what I'm going to do for now is... Whoops, wrong thing. Hold on a second. Come on, magic. Hold on a second. I'm pressing the wrong button. There. I completely butchered that one. Again, I have to press a button while looking at the camera, and it's difficult. Anyway, now every adjustment that I make has to do with the painting and not with the photo reference. This has nothing to do with the photo reference at this point. So after standing back, looking at the painting, what is bothering me with the painting? What don't I want to be in this painting when the painting is completed, which should be actually relatively soon. From a distance, this is bothering me. This little irregularity in the background, so I'm going to adjust it. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Yeah, sorry I messed up my little trick there. Let me see if I can... I need to redeem myself here. So, magic. There. And let's get rid of it now. Okay, I have redeemed myself. Alright, so now I'm going to take this little thing out of the background by remixing the background tone. So, yellow ochre. So what I'm going to do is remix the tone. But of course I'm going to have to use more medium. So let's see. Hey Riley L, can you teach me how to do that? And please see this comment and reply. Hey Riley L, okay, how to do that? I'm trying to figure out what. So if you don't mind, yeah, I can answer your question. I'm trying to figure out what you mean. Hey, Chrissy. Yeah, I definitely messed it up in the beginning. Oh, look, perfectly. We got the background color and painted that out. So now what I'm looking for is any irregularities. So see this. Even though this won't show in the frame when this painting is framed, I'm still going to cover this. Okay, so any irregularities, that it's just random, like it doesn't go with the flow, like it doesn't go with this. Hey Harjot. Oh, I'm glad you started with Kai. You started with the Barg. Yeah, definitely. Harjot, I would suggest. I think the easiest is probably the nose to start off with the Barg plates. Hey Jeff. What did you name? I named it Warmth. I feel like there's a sense of like warmth that comes from this. Hey Carol, welcome back. Alright. So now I'm gonna let's see. Hey Chrissy. Beautiful, really gorgeous painting. I've enjoyed chatting with you. My bedtime. Alrighty, good night, Chrissy. Hey Riley L, what age did you start painting? I started painting when I was 17. 17, 18. I'm now 29. Yep. So I started painting when I was 17, 18. So, yep. And now I'm 29. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Harja. Any more irregularities? This. It's too flat. We need some strands of hair at least. I'm going to flip the painting over soon. You know that little trick when you flip the painting over to see any mistakes? Hey John Letcher, I was watching Bob Ross when he popped up. Now I'm here. Oh, awesome. Well, I mean, Bob Ross is awesome as well, but I'm really honored that that a Bob Ross video brought you to this. This is amazing. It's like dream come true for me. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Alright, so what I'm going to do is flip the painting over and look at it while it's flipped over and see if there are any irregularities that I don't want in the painting. So what this does is it helps you gain another vantage point to the painting. I'm so glad I was on your recommended as well, Carrion. So now that I'm looking at this upside down, so those of you that may be trying to flip your phones over or something like that, it's not your phone. Trust me, I flipped this over. Hey Riley L, how do you not have 1 million likes? Oh, thank you. I wish I did. Maybe one day. So now that this is flipped over, any little thing now that I see, I'm gonna cover. See that? I didn't see this before. This is just one random strand. It's too uniform. Oh, I must say this raw umber is nice. This is the raw umber, the Griffin Alkyd raw umber. It is nice. It's a little bit, I want to say it's a little darker. Maybe not. I can't say yet, but it feels like a really nice consistency of raw umber. Carrion, oh, that was addressed to Carol. Okay. All right. So now that is to like it looks like her hair is being pulled. See this? It looks like her hair is being pulled. So I think what it needs is a strand of light to break that continuity And again, this has zero, nada. No tiene nada que hacer with the photo reference. Nothing. This is about the painting. 100% about the painting. So I need a highlight here to break away. Or break away from the before it looked too straight. Oh, thanks, Monique. Yep. And again, definitely congratulations to Kathy, the new owner of this painting. So we're almost there. We're finishing this up. Let's see. Hey, Harja, have you ever thought about promoting your videos on YouTube? Promoting my videos on, I don't know, promoting it. I thought this was promoting the video. I'm confused. So let me see. Anything else? See, this doesn't fit. See, when I look at this upside down, this doesn't fit. So it's going to need something to see this. It's very likely I'm missing a piece of the hairline here. Hey Harjot, you can pay YouTube to send your videos to people. Isn't that almost like spamming them though? I don't know. It seems like it would be spamming. Okay, so now, see what I'm doing here? I'm adjusting it upside down because upside down gives you a different viewpoint, a different vantage point. Sometimes upside down you can see something in the painting that you didn't see right side up. And it's just too light. It's just too light. It's almost as bright as the skin tone, and we know from life this would not be anywhere near as bright. Way more subtle. Okay, so now that that is adjusted, this, see, I'm looking for any kind of little thing that I wouldn't want to be on the painting. And the next thing I'll do is actually check it like once more using a mirror. Okay. All right. So I'm going to flip this over again. I gotta say, it does have a really nice finish to it. And again, this is what it'll look like after it dries in a couple days. And I use the Gamboge picture varnish. Gamboge you can use when the painting is touch dry. Now this is a little bit ambiguous. Now that I flipped it over, I saw another thing. So just picking and choosing things to adjust now to take this painting to a completion. So again, if anyone has any questions, any art related questions, feel free to ask. Oh, thanks, Julie. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Kathy. So Kathy, as you are now the owner of this painting, is there anything you're seeing here that you would like me to adjust? So we're almost getting to the point where all I have to do is sign it, so anything that you see. Hey John, Ledger, how much money do you make from selling your art? I don't know if that's something I should answer publicly, but I will tell you very, very little compared to, I guess, other artists. Again, I have recently lowered my prices, due to a supply and demand thing. Good question. Kenron, or K Kenyon, J Kenyon. Do the alkyds feel differently than the oils texture-wise? The alkyds feel the exact same. They feel the same. They just dry faster. They get a little tacky faster. That's all. And yes, the viscosity does change. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Yeah, I mean we're almost there. Very little thing. Very few things now. So just a few more edges here. I'm just laughing at myself because this is something I always mention in the virtual classroom. It's always a matter of edges. And it's funny how I usually never really talked about edges in the past with my older videos, but now it's really a huge thing. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Whew, very, very subtle edges there. Well, yep, definitely. Anyone interested in commissions, just feel free to ask me through the Gmail or through the Patreon messenger. I'm finishing up one commission actually. That should be ready to ship out in a week. Okay, so that's adjusted. Now this, it's a little, see this, it doesn't describe the form very well. Hey Jay Kenyon, I'm training myself to differentiate between the feel of colors, so when I lose my eyesight, I'm able to distinguish colors. Well, that's a tough one to respond to. First of all, I want to say I wish you the very best with everything. I know that's a huge, a huge thing. So I hope everything works out for the best for you. But I want to say I do have painting friends that I've had in the past that also had to have eye surgery, mostly due to cataracts. And they made full recoveries and were painting, just the same, if not even better after that. Hey, Stephen. Oh, I bet you mentioned edges on Tuesday, and I'm not a clairvoyant. Yeah. Yeah, definitely gonna probably mention edges. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Um, let's see. Do you varnish acrylics with final varnish? So Carol, I mean, someone that has more experience with acrylics may be able to answer that question better, but I, uh, I conjecture that using Gamvar or the regular type of oil painting varnish should work well with acrylics as well. But it's a conjecture, meaning I'm making a statement without any proof. It's just a supposition. Okay, I think that's good. I don't want to make that shadow too straight. Let's see. Oh, almost there, almost there. Final touches. Final touches. Boom. That right there sticks out too much. Edgewise. Hey, Alex, and I just joined a chat. Oh, so if this is your first time, Alex, I can definitely give you a shout out for your first time here. Let's see. What is your tips to shading with pencil? With pencil, my biggest suggestion, if we're talking about graphite, is to start with the harder pencils, so like H, and then layer it all the way up to softer pencils like the 6B. So I would probably work H, HB, maybe a 4B, something in the middle, and then 6B. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Alex. And so yeah, Alex, if this is your first time, definitely let me know, and I can give you a shout out for your first time here in the virtual painting session. Hey, Kathy. Oh, wow. Yeah, I've had glasses since I think the 7th grade. All right. Oh, it is your first time. All right, Alex. Alex N. So with the brush that's currently in hand, Alex N. So Alex N, this is my shout out to you. Welcome to the virtual painting sessions. I hope you are enjoying the virtual painting sessions, and hopefully you will enjoy all of the wonderful comments and all of the fun moments that we have here during these painting sessions. These virtual painting sessions are usually around 5 or 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. So again, welcome. Okay. All right. So I think that's about it. I adjusted all the edges that I could. I mean, except for this little spot. So Kathy, you have the final say, as you are now the owner of this painting. If there's anything you see that sticks out too much, for instance, this looked a little too much like a sharp outline, so I'm softening it. Oh, thanks, Jay Kenyon. Hey, John Letcher. Yeah, we'll be back here around the same time on Monday. Yep. Also, Alex, yep. We'll be back around the same time on Monday. We'll be starting a new one. And then, of course, we'll see if we are fortunate enough to be able to sell the one we start on Monday on Saturday. Let's see. Hey Julie, I was watching some Nelson Shanks videos today on his artwork, and I can see why you like his work so much. Yeah, he is amazing. Such a shame he passed away 5 years ago. Hey Joan Breen, hi, what is the tool called that you measure the distance from the top of the head to the eyes? It's just a caliper. I bought this at a hardware store. I think it was like a Harbor Freight hardware store. But you can use any kind of calipers. I mean, these in particular, I bought them to adjust adjust a bolt on a motorcycle to adjust the chain. So that's what I bought this for a long time ago. But you can use any kind of caliper. Oh, thanks, Monique. And again, everyone, we'll be starting another one on Monday, and you will get to see the painting throughout its entire, well, you'll get to see the painting, every brushstroke of the painting that we're going to start on Monday. And then, of course, it will be available for special purchase, special sale on Saturday. Also, with each stream, I do have a painting available for special purchase. It's just Saturdays are when the painting that we just created becomes available for special purchase. It could be a possibility, Ingrid. So I'm using, you know what? I'm going to use the Alizarin Permanent a little bit in the signature. So when you oil out, signing does become a little difficult, so it may take me a try or two to sign this properly. Hey Monique, you have another, let's see. Wait, is this question to me or? I have another Upari original. I don't know if that was addressed to me. If you mean portraits, we do have, I think, 3 more portraits in the Etsy that failed to sell when they were on sale. So we do have some other portraits available. All right, so let's sign this one. Oh, yeah. I was wondering. I didn't know if you meant that for me. And again, the paintings come with certificates of authenticity with a matching signature. But I just think, I don't know, being able to own a painting that you've seen created live on video and that thousands of others have seen created live, I think is a very wonderful experience. At least I hope. Hey Riley, I was looking at videos and I saw you drew a bearded dragon. Oh yeah, I love my bearded dragons. I have Pepper and Saltino, 2 bearded dragons. Oh wow. Let me I realize you can't see that. Sorry. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry about that. Now you can see where I'm signing it. As I said, the oil makes it a little difficult to sign. I better make sure that this is all correct. That the spacing is correct. Okay. Ta-da. And with that, we just about have a finished portrait painting. So let's see, what have I missed? Hey Suma, thanks for watching from Brazil. Again, if this is your first time here, let us know, and I will give you a shout out. Let's see, what did I miss here? You curve your pinky. I guess I kind of do, huh? When I write. I didn't notice that. I had no clue. Ingrid, unusual placement for the signature. Whoops. Kathy, do you like the signature here? If you don't, I can move it. Kathy, you have the final say. Let's see. Hey, Ramel Villas. Villas. Oh, it's your first time here. Well, Ramel Villas. This is my shout out to you. I'm giving you a shout out with the very same brush that I used to sign this painting that we have just completed and sold during a virtual painting session. So welcome to the virtual painting sessions. Again, I hope that you enjoy the virtual painting sessions. And again, we're here around the same time every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday around 5 or 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Okay, I'm glad that you like the signature. That is good. So again, the painting that we start on Monday, everyone, remember it will be completed entirely on camera. Also on Monday, I'll introduce the information about the one-on-one Zoom tutoring sessions and the group tutoring sessions. So new information will be released on Monday. Also Monday I'll have the paintings available for special sale as well. So if you see anything on the Etsy that you like, special sale will be for the paintings on there will be Monday. Oh, thanks, Ramel. I'm glad you find this to be inspiring. So right now is our dedicated questions and answers time. So I should have mentioned that before I started cleaning the brushes. So right now what I'm doing is pretty much in the end of each stream, I clean the brushes and clean the palette, and that's our dedicated questions and answers time. Since the painting is now complete, please feel free to ask any questions. So if anyone was watching and they didn't ask a question, maybe because they thought that it would, be lost in all of the comments or something, definitely please feel free to send your questions in now. Oh yes, and of course, how could I forget? So if anyone is interested in the online classes and doesn't know, if you don't know if they're right for you, and you would like a free sample lesson, please send me an email. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna type in my email right now. So yeah, please send me an email to my Gmail. It is Upari so THE artist@gmail.com. Hey Riley, you want to see the bearded dragon? Let me get a picture for you. I don't want to bring my bearded dragon into the painting studio because of the fumes. So I'll show you a picture. So hang on a second. I'll show you a picture of Pepper, the bearded dragon. I just have to find a picture of her. There it is. Hold on a second, Riley. Oh, yep, take care, Harjot. So Riley, here is a picture of Pepper, my bearded dragon. One of my bearded dragons, one of two of them. So that's Pepper on her basking platform. Let's see if I can find a picture of Saltino for you. Haha, this one. Look at this. You'll only get a lizard to pose like this if it's a bearded dragon. So this is Saltino with his I don't always sit on my basking spot, but when I do so with style. So this is Saltino, and the other one that you saw was Pepper. Hey Shia, is there a big difference between using oil paints with liquid and alkyd paints, texture flow, or any? Yeah, I will say the alkyd oil paints, they feel just like regular oil paints. They are just like regular oil paints. They feel much better than, at least in my opinion, than when I add liquid to regular oil paints. These are just much thicker, and if I add liquid to regular oil paints, it kind of makes them feel a little too creamy. Hey Riley, Pepper is the girl, Saltino is the boy. And of course they are kept in different enclosures. Hey Riley, the chat is a little slow. Uh-oh. Well, could be an internet thing. Apologize for that. And yep, Kathy has posted the schedule there for the online classes. Thanks for posting that, Kathy. So there's the schedule, everyone here, for the online classes. So let me move this now a little bit. There. Hey Riley. Oh cool, you have a boy. Pepper is I think about 3 years old. Saltino is 2 years old. Let's see. What have I missed? Don't think I missed anything. And again, there's the link for the online classes. And again, also if anyone knows someone that happens to know someone that knows somebody that can help me get a help me obtain an official commission, you know, like a commission of a judge or a diplomat of some sort, please help me out with those contacts. Oh. Hey Riley, well tell Lenny that that Saltino and Pepper say hi, and that I say hi as well. All right, The painting is now complete. Again, congratulations. Everyone say congratulations to Kathy for her purchase of this original oil painting. Again, thank you so much to my moderators. Thank you so much, everyone watching and leaving a comment, and especially those of you that have left super chats. Thank you so much for your support on my YouTube channel. It really helps out so much. And again, Monday I'll be updating everyone about the addition of the one-on-one Zoom tutoring sessions and the group tutoring sessions that will be added to the online classes on Patreon. Thank you again, Hassan. Take care, Riley. Thanks, Carol. Oh, thanks, Linda, for your comment there. Well, that should be about it, everyone. Again, once again, congratulations to Kathy. And again, I'm going to switch camera angles, and thank you all so much for watching watching today's virtual painting session. We have successfully sold the painting that we worked on all week during the virtual painting sessions. Again, if you like what you're seeing here, please check out my Patreon. Please check out the online classes starting at just $10 a month. If you're interested in any original paintings from me, along with future merchandise that we're going to have very soon, please check out my Etsy store. Links to all of that, as well as the painting materials that I suggest, are linked in the description box of this video. Again, thank you so much, everyone. And that being said, I wish you all the very best in all of your artwork. I will see you on the next one.